Hi there, I'm Harry, and I was generously gifted Far Lone Sails over Christmas. It had been sitting on my wishlist for a few years. I added it because people were saying it was like Limbo, which is proof that you shouldn't listen to people about anything ever, because Far Lone Sails is like Limbo in the same way that Super Mario Bros. Is like Limbo. You go right. You start out by burying a loved one, and then you're off. You set forth in your little car, boat thing through the ruins of a decayed world. Why are you doing this? Well, I have no idea, and it's an indie game made by Europeans, so the developers probably don't know either. It's not important. What's important is this. The car boat. That's what we're going to be calling it. This car boat is special because it fucking sucks. It chugs along at a painfully slow speed. You have to feed it fuel or anything that can qualify as fuel to keep it going. A full tank lasts for all of 30 seconds before you have to find something else to refuel. Much of the first half hour is you just making awkward stops along the way to scavenge for whatever you can throw into the tank. Smooth sailing it is not. The way you interact with this bucket of junk is fitting. Instead of having various button prompts around the engine room or the fuel tank, the controls for the car boat are kinesthetic. In order to start the engine, you have to push the button all the way in until it satisfyingly locks into place. As opposed to dragging fuel into the fuel tank through a menu, you drop it onto a platform, push a button to raise it into the incinerator, and have it beamed into a liquidy fuel gauge. It's like a single-player version of Overcooked, but with a car. And this is it. This is the game. This is what you do in the game. Scavenge fuel, refuel car boat, drive car boat. This is the gameplay loop. Every now and then there are obstacles that require you to dismount and solve short puzzles. You can even find upgrades for your vehicles this way. A cool looking sail that makes you go faster, or a blowtorch that repairs any damage taken from knocks and bumps. It's cathartic in a way, but it also feels a bit at odds with itself. Because when you're doing this, where are you looking? You're not looking at the dozens upon dozens of hours of love and care that went into crafting these beautiful landscapes. You're looking at the fuel gauge or on the ground for any pieces of scrap you can salvage. This might just be me, this might be my tiny gremlin brain, but when I was playing Far Lone Sails, I never once stopped to admire the view. It's a game about constant progression, constantly moving forwards, a number ticking up for each yard crossed. It's important to maintain this speed as well, as you're only given so much for fuel. Even the music chugs like a train. Now, you might think this kind of sucks, and yeah, maybe it does suck a little bit, but also, no. Stick with me on this part. I think Far Lone Sails and its obtuseness is intentional. Your journey brings you to the inner workings of a monster, a machine scaled up to impossible dimensions. Even if you zoom all the way out, you can't see the whole thing, and then you realize that this machine can be piloted. You start the engine and something magical happens. Yeah, the machine runs for all of 8 seconds before it catches fire. You fix it and start it up again, where it runs for 8 more seconds, crashing into a cliff with the grace of an elephant. you carry back on in your now way more practical looking car boat. With this, Far Lone Sails is trying to say something. While you don't get many chances to look at the background, when you do, you see the ruins of what came before, the echoes of progress, the husks of inefficient mechanical machines not too dissimilar to the one you're piloting, submarines and war machines, all in the name of building the future. In a way, your own journey reflects the journey of the game's world, and I realise that sounds incredibly wanky, but it's true. It even ends in pieces. You spend so much of your time running this car, going back and forth, refueling and restarting, that you never take the time to stop and just look out the window. Hello there, I hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying 2022. I can't believe they made a second one. I mean, 2020 was bad enough. Yeah? Yeah, if you want more videos like this, you can check out the rest of my channel. And if you want to watch more as they're released, then please hit subscribe and hit the bell. I don't actually know what the bell is. I've heard people talk about the bell a lot, so I assume it's important. Also, if you want more of me in words, you can blur there. Also, if you want more of me in words that I write, you can go to videogamesabout.co.uk, where you'll find some words on my favourite games of last year, and also a cool selection of videos and things that I liked last year. I will link both of those below. So yeah, that's it. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.